President Muhammadu Buhari led other top government functionaries to lead the raid at the center in Abuja to mark 2019 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Vice President Yomi Osinbajo, Senate President Bukola Saraki, Speaker of the House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, Chief Justice Walter Onoge, and Minister of Defense and FCT, the Service Chief and Inspector General of Police also laid raid. The doyen of the diplomatic corps, the Liberian ambassador, the widow of the Lieutenant Colonel Abu Ali, representing all the widows of the deceased officer, and the chairman of the Nigerian Legion also laid graves at the cenotaph. The Director Army Chaplain Service, Brigadier Charles, offered the Christian prayer, while the Muslim prayer was offered by the Navy Commandant Tafiq Gidado after a 1 minute silence. The 1 minute silence was observed for the fallen hero. President Muhammadu Buhari later signed the anniversary register after he was supported by the other dignitary to release some white pigeon to signify peace in the land. January 15 of every year have been earmarked as Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Nigeria to honor the military for their contribution in nation building.
With the retirement of former Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris, AIG Mohammed Adamu has taken over as Acting Inspector General of Police. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday decorated former Assistant Inspector General of Police Mohammed Adamu with his new rank as he takes over the mantle of leadership of the force. Adamu, who was led to the presidential villa by the former IGP Ibrahim Idris, was until his appointment directing staff at the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies (NIPS), Kuru, near Jos. Speaking to State House Correspondent after the decoration, Acting IGP Adamu said he will uphold professionalism always in the course of his duties. The outgoing IGP Ibrahim Idris in his remarks said he is thankful to Nigerians and President Muhammadu Buhari for the opportunity given to him to serve. The acting IGP, when confirmed, will be the 20th Indigenous Inspector General of Police in Nigeria. From Abuja, I'm Festus Ejiroge Nefifen for Ben Television.
Director General of the National Task Force on Prohibition of Illegal Importation of Small Arms, Ammunition, and Light Weapons, Osita Emmanuel Okereke, has appealed to the Nigerian Senate to expedite action on the passage of its bill before the next month's general election. The DG made the appeal at a news conference in Abuja. The bill seeks to establish the National Commission for the Prohibition of Illegal Importation of Small Arms, Ammunition, Light Weapons, and other related matters.
So we are here to urge the Nigerian Senate to do justice to the Bill of National Commission on prohibited items and small arms and light weapons. Let them pass this bill. This bill has suffered almost 7 years in the National Assembly. But I know that the House of Reps has done their own. But we are now calling the Senate, not even passage of the bill, for ratification of this bill. Let them ratify it and pass it to law. Because this bill are not only Nigeria, it is ECOWAS bill. And the bill, the commission is been in existence in 14 countries. It's only Nigeria and Gambia that have not passed this bill. If you go to the statement that we gave you, you see it. Where Nigeria is only Gambia have not passed this bill. The bill is existing in 14 countries out of 16. December 2017, ECOWAS gave Nigeria mandate to pass this bill.
All Progressive Congress (APC) has said that the law should take its full course on the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onoge, at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. The party National Publicity Secretary, Malam Larry Issa Onilu, stated this at a news conference in Abuja. Issa Onilu maintained that the country's democratic and constitutional institutions must be allowed to operate without interference and undue pressure from partisan and sundry interests as been done by the People's Democratic Party and its cronies. He explained that the CC trial was illegal matter, adding that the law should be allowed to take its course.
Following the notice of the charges preferred against the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onoge, by the Code of Conduct Bureau and the Code of Conduct Tribunal, the People's Democratic Party has been on overdrive, making so much noise over an issue that should at best be left to the judiciary to resolve. While we would not want to be lured into discussing issues that are presently before the courts, and for which any respectable party open to hold positions of responsibility should refrain itself, we regret to suggest that the PDP's attempt to hoodwink Nigerians into believing that there is a political motive behind the allegation brought against the CJN might itself be indicative of some unholy alliances. The likely affinity existing between the PDP and a section of the judiciary is further accentuated by the non-appearance of the Justice Onoge before the Code of Conduct Tribunal on Monday, in line, unfortunately, with the suggestions made by the PDP governors from the South on Sunday. Are Nigerians expected to see this as a mere coincidence?
As Nigeria moves closer to elect new leaders come February 16th, which is presidential and National Assembly elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released the regulations and guidelines for the conduct of the 2019 general elections. INEC, in a statement signed by its chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, said that the regulations and guidelines cover the general elections, by-election, rerun, as well as supplementary elections. The electoral umpire explained that it was done in exercise of the power conferred on it by the Constitution and the Electoral Act 2010. It added that the regulations and guidelines supersedes the existing ones. INEC chairman in the statement disclosed that accreditation of voters and hold simultaneously between 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. A permanent voter's card and smart card reader would remain instruments of identification of prospective voters, according to the Commission. Deputy Coordinator North Buhari Campaign Organization (BCO) Ambassador Kumasi Hussaini has called on Nigerians in the diaspora to join hands and promote good governance of President Muhammadu Buhari abroad and avoid things that will bring unnecessary embarrassment to the nation. Ambassador Kumasi, in an exclusive interview with Ben TV in Abuja, said the organization had embarked on diaspora awareness campaign to sensitize Nigerians on the achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari and why he should be returned into power.
Well, I look at ourselves facing one direction. We are campaigning quite all right. You have to campaign locally before going internationally. But the international campaign is very, very important. The recent past, we saw a situation whereby some misguided Nigerians, unpatriotic Nigerians abroad will be paid, and they will come out in a gathering that maybe president is invited to attend certain things, and they will come and start embarrassing Nigeria, not even the president, embarrassing us with unnecessary placards. So we look at it, these people don't have idea of what is going on. So I embarked on that diaspora awareness campaign. We started in Malaysia. We established structures all over the Europe now. Now we flagged off in Vienna on 21st of last month, December. And now, this week, we are moving to Spain, Hungary, Portugal, and Poland. We already divided the European area into zones. So zone A, B, C, and D. So all what we are doing is calling Nigerians. All this unnecessary embarrassment is not healthy for us as a Nigeria, because we go outside, we answer name of Nigerians in diaspora. We come back home, we address ourselves Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. Why? Outside you fly, you flag, you settle with the passport, Nigeria passport. When you are back home, this person is from Nnewi, this person is from Kusada. So these are areas I find it very difficult to accommodate. So I embarked on that diaspora campaign.
While calling on Nigerians to vote for the president in the forthcoming election, Ambassador Kumasi said the president has achieved a lot in all sectors of economy.
President Buhari being confident of winning election is obvious, it's glaring. You need not to be told. If you go out there on your own and be asking a layman, forget about online poll. Online poll, Atiku and Co. always wins. And those that operate the online media, most of them don't even have the PVC. The power of voting is in the hands of the ordinary citizens you are seeing. You are misquoting this current administration. By many people who think there is hunger, this and that. I don't look at it that way. I'm from the core north, and I know what benefit this administration brought to a layman, to a common man in Katsina, Kano, wherever. Agricultural perspective, you will understand that we in Nigeria as a country have gone very far. We neglected this area, Buhari brought it to life. Number two, in terms of security, I am based in Kano, I reside in Kano for years. It got to a time from Abuja to Kano, you have not less than 21 checkpoints. To get to your house, you are always scared of even arriving there safely. Now, not only in Borno, not only in Kano, even Borno that has it all, apart from the recent mayhem that just from nowhere resurfaced, which I call it politically motivated crisis. They've been peace. We've been enjoying the peace for some years now. So to me, Buhari has delivered. He has delivered beyond imagination.
When asked on the recent insinuations by Nigerians that the president is not fit to campaign due to his health challenges, he said,
because before the president flags off, we, the sub-organizations, are already flagging off. We're busy, we're in Anambra, we're in Enugu, in Ibadan. There is no state in Nigeria that we have not been. So BCO, BSO, BYO, so on, are busy campaigning for the president in the grassroots level, from locality, from wards. So there is, in fact, to me, if it's not that it is something like tradition of the party, campaign is also part of the tradition. I would have said the president should sit in the villa. We will do the campaign for him. Because we have educated Nigerians enough But still, you will meet up. If you can understand, it's not only in APC that there is this slowdown. Other parties are also slowed down because they are studying us, we are studying them. You need to know how the lapses you have in social areas, then you know the corrections to make. So party as a party platform, anybody that say the president has not done enough, it's not the president's duty to, we have strategists, we have people in the front line planning all these things. And we are doing counter attack and counter attack.
In Abuja, LM Chukwemeka reports.
Nigeria domestic mining industry is still underdeveloped, even as the sector witnessed significant improvement in its contribution to the nation's gross domestic product from 0.3% in 2015 to 0.6% in 2018. Abubakar Bawa Buhari, the Minister of State, Mines and Steel Development, disclosed that the sector also generated the sum of 2.97 billion naira as revenue in 2018 from 2.08 billion naira in 2015. The minister announced this in Abuja while giving account of stewardship in the last 3 years.
3% in 2015 to 0.6% in 2018. Indeed, even during the session of 2016, the sector was recording growth. According to the audit report of the Nigeria Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, NITE, the solid mineral sector contributed 43.2 billion to the government coffers in 2016, including 40.38 billion in taxes collected by the Federal Inland Revenue Service. In 2017, royalties and fees amounted to 3.92 billion, with limestone leading royalties earned by government. And the invigorated mining cadastral office was able to contribute 2.1 billion to the Federation account in 2017 alone, compared to an average of 600 million annually between 2011 and 2015.
On Ajakuta Steel Company, the minister said 11 companies indicated interest to operate the company. He explained that the federal government is not ready to hand over the company yet, as all infrastructure required for the commencement of the company, such as rail, dredging of Lokoja and Warri ports, are yet to be completed.
Ajakuta, yes, they will tell you it's 98% completed. Yes, Ajakuta is there. Everything is in place. And we have our workers there that have been maintaining the place. But the problem was the legal issue. That was resolved. If you have resolved the legal issues, there is the remainder of the 2%. And the 2% has also to do with external infrastructure. Ajakuta is such a huge project that we need railways, we need waterways, we need river ports, and so on. Government is putting all those things in place now.
Every country that has succeeded economically has started with mines and steel. You cannot progress without mines and steel. And therefore, it's not a surprise when the current administration decided that Nigeria's mono economy can only be broken when we diversify with things like mines and steel.
It has been a challenging journey, but we have worked hard and committed, and we are aware that more needs to be done. The journey of the 1,000 miles is with a step. Although by our own assessment, we have taken more than a step, and with consistency and commitment, we will still see the horizons of our destination.
In the absence of petroleum, the country is endowed with mineral resources and the development of appropriate strategy for export expansion. Osombrafo, Ben Television.
A non-governmental organization, Yali Network Abuja, has called on Nigerians to guide their votes and not allow any politician to use them to achieve their selfish purpose. The group made the call in Abuja at its community and market tour, which is tagged Niger Votes, aimed to sensitize eligible voters not to trade their votes for anything and also shun any form of electoral violence before, during, and after elections.
Different people that nobody's going to think about. So today we said we're going to Dute. We were at the market in the morning, now we're at Makaranta. Most people don't think about these people. Most people are not going to come here and engage them. And maybe because most of them here do not speak English very well. So they want to understand what is going on the traditional media. They want to have access to modern media. So we have to come there to their level. As you can hear, some people are speaking their language. Talk to them at the language that they explain, and then get them to exercise their rights.
The message is simple. Do not sell your vote. Whoever gives you 1,000 naira for 4 years is not actually just taking away the present. It's taking your future. And then whoever offers you 1,000 naira, if you tell the person, give me 1,000,000 naira, the person will give you. So the message is your vote is priceless. And then we're actually telling them, more especially the youth now, to shun violence that come before, during, and after elections. We've actually seen a whole lot of countries, I wouldn't be mentioning them now, a whole lot of civil war actually broke out of post-election, post-election. So we are trying to tell the people, the electorate, the ones who are eligible to vote, do know what to do. Nobody should use it as a tool. If the politicians are coming and then they are going to say, disrupt this thing, disrupt the process, then tell them to bring their children too. Yes. So if no politician would bring their children, their family in, then do the right thing, vote and not fight.
Some indigents who spoke with Pen Television commend the group and pledged to abide by the rules, especially now the country is about to strengthen its democracy.
I don't tell them, if during the time reach, we can see different people to come and love you and giving you money, don't collect it. Vote, choose who you can, choose the party that you can vote for. You can elect him and do what you want to do for you.
In Abuja, LM Chukwameka reports.